Beware of the Dog is a reflection of the deception and racism of World War II.
Soldiers, we have lost Peter Williamson while he was coming home from an air battle. He is believed to have landed in Vichy, France, which is currently Germany occupied. I need you both to travel all the way over there and to go get him safely. Here are your guns. You'll be going undercover as German soldiers.
Shh, we can't let the German soldiers know we're British spies.
Oh, sorry. Wait, what is that?
It looks like a plane.
Oh, it's troop number 972457.
That's Peter Williamson's plane.
But where is he?
Let's go look for him.
I hear people coming. Now that we're back in England, tell us what happened. Well, I was still flying the Spitfire. I thought everything was fine. Well, besides my leg, of course. And suddenly I was hit. The whole world was white, and there was nothing in it. It was so white that it looked black.
Wow, that reminds me of all the racism happening in the war right now. Segregation and racism are happening all over the world. Germans with the Jews, Americans with the African Americans.
When I woke up, I was in the hospital. I didn't know where I was, but I was told I was in Brighton, England. While I was trying to figure out where I was, I saw a fly in the ceiling. It was moving all over the place, but it always landed back in the same spot on the ceiling.
Kind of like an allegory?
Yes, exactly. The flag represents Germany throughout the years of war that it was in. It always tried to do crazy things and win wars, but they always ended up back in the same place.
So what happened next?
I saw a nurse. She said I'm a very lucky fellow because I survived. Everybody there was being so nice. The doctor even said, "Lads from your squadron are ringing."
Anything that made you question where you were?
Yes, I heard 2 Junker 88s.
Nurse, what are those airplanes?
I'm sure I don't know. I didn't hear them. Probably fighters or bombers.
They were Ju-88s.
No, they weren't. Gracious me, what things you imagine.
That must have freaked you out. Anybody who has been bombed knows the sound of a Junkers 88. Their engines sing in a duet. When you hear those sounds, you know the German bombers are coming. They first used the Junkers 88s in September of 1939, just in time for the war.
I went to school in Brighton, so I knew the area pretty well. Something seemed off, though. It turned out being the water. The water in Brighton is very soft.
This ratchet soap won't lather at all. It's the water. It's hard as nails.
The water in Brighton isn't...
The water isn't what?
Oh, nothing. I was dreaming.
Did you think anything of the Junkers 88 or the water?
Yes, that night I couldn't sleep because I kept thinking about both of them. And in the morning, I decided to go to the window and look outside.
So this is France.
So I realized I was captured, and I started talking less and less to the nurse.
So you use syntax?
Yes, when she asked me how I slept, I just gave a one-word answer, yes, so that she would find out less about me.
You must have been really urgent and worried because you knew the truth and wanted to escape.
The water, the noise of the Junker 88s, and the sign were all symbols to me that I was not safe.
So they were ordinary objects to most people, but to you, it meant you weren't in the right place and everything wasn't as it seemed.
During the war, I was a pretty good pilot. I managed to take down a record of 2 Junker 88s in less than 30 minutes. So then, they wanted to send somebody from the Air Ministry to talk to me.
Well, let's get this stuff over. I'm afraid you have to answer a few questions so I can fill in this combat report. Let me see now. First of all, what was your squadron?
My name is Peter Williamson. My rank is squadron leader, and my number is 972457.
My intelligence officer always told me that if I was captured, I should just give my name, my rank, and my squadron.
Remember a few months ago, on May 7, 1945, Germany unconditionally surrendered to the Allied forces.
And today, on September 2nd, 1945, Japan also surrendered to the Allied forces.
I have to go. Thank you so much for having me. Bye.
Thank you. It is situational irony that he thought he was in Brighton, safe and sound, but then saw all these different signs and realized that he was actually in a part of Germany-occupied France.
That was a common strategy used by Germany to capture enemy soldiers and try to get them to tell the location of their troops.
I found it interesting how he never talked about the severity of his leg.
He used euphemism by making light of a gory situation of losing his leg, by saying, "He'll probably be sick because all the blood and the mess. I shall laugh and say, 'For God's sake, help me out.'" This is because he didn't want his leg to take away from the story.
Beware of the Dog is a reflection of the deception and racism of World War II.